Hi, everyone, and welcome to Unit 12 of the Intermediate Grammar Go-Getter from Liam's Pack. In this unit, we are going to simply take a look at relative clauses. Now, there are two distinct types of relative clause, and this one is going to focus on the first of those. So let's dive right in. Okay, so we're going to be looking in this video at defining relative clauses. And in order to help us with this, I've just picked four people. Okay, so here they are. And I tell you that the man is a thief. Now, what problem do you have with my sentence? Grammatically, it's fine. But what's the problem? The problem is that there are two men. So it is not clear which one I'm talking about. Could be talking about this one. I could be talking about this one. Okay, so I need more information to be able to tell which man. So I then add a second sentence. He is wearing glasses. Now we know that it is this man that I'm talking about. However, English does not like short sentences. We like to link them together. Now, of course, simply we could just put and. The man is a thief and he's wearing glasses. Okay, that would be the simplest thing to do. But we can also put them together using a defining relative clause. Now, to make a relative clause, all you do is remove the pronoun or the subject, so he in this case, and replace it with a WH word. In this case, who. So the new sentence becomes the man who is wearing glasses is a thief. The man who is wearing glasses is a thief. Now it's clear which man we're talking about, and we have linked our two sentences together. Okay, if we do one more example, I can say the woman is a model. Well, both of these women are very beautiful, so it's not clear which one I'm talking about. And then I say she has blonde hair. So, of course, it would be the woman who has blonde hair is a model. Okay, now it's not only who that you can use here. You can also use that. Okay, if we are talking about people. So this sentence could also be the man that is wearing glasses is a thief. I generally recommend to my students that you stick with who, because in defining relative clauses, you can use that, but in the other type, you can't. You can always use who. So my advice is to stick with who. Okay. If we're talking about objects, things, activities, then we use which or that. Again, I would recommend focusing on which, because which is correct in both types. All right. So the phone is new. I have two phones here. The phone is new. Okay. I mean, some of you may be able to guess, but it may not be clear. So I say the phone which is white is new. So now you know I'm talking about this one. If we're talking about possession, something that you have, then we use whose. All right. So in this case, with these pictures, I could say the woman whose hair is black is from Spain. Okay, because her hair is black. All right. I also could say, for example, I have many colleagues. The colleague whose wife is Japanese is called John. Okay, so his wife is Japanese. We can also use where for places. So, for example, the place where I grew up is next to the sea. If I say the place is next to the sea, it's not clear. We need the extra information to say which place, the place where I grew up. So remember that these kind of defining relative clauses help us to identify the subject. And finally, we can use when for times. Okay, so or events. So we can say something like, I couldn't believe it when I arrived at the party. Okay, if you just say I couldn't believe it, it's not clear. Couldn't believe what? But I couldn't believe it when I arrived at the party. And that's it for this video. I hope you found it useful. I hope you'll join me for the next one, which will look at non-defining relative clauses. Take care.